In this video, we're going to continue our look at the remaining standard tag libraries, and specifically the XML standard tag in this video. So once again, if you haven't already loaded JSTL other predefined tag libraries.org, go ahead and load that. And that's what we're continuing with. And this time, we're specifically looking at the file xml.jsp. So at the top of the file, once again, we have to add a tag library directive for our XML. And in this case, it just is the XML tag library. Similar to the core, just like the other ones. We'll replace the prefix here with X, and the XML is the actual URI namespace for that actual library. Instead of loading an XML file and working with it, I decided to go ahead and just use a variable right here on the scope of the page. So we can have that handy. You can mess around with it if you want to change or add cities. But you can see that we're creating an XML document and putting it into a variable called xCityData. And we have basically a root of cities, and every city tag, and every city has ID and name. So we have 1 Chicago, 2 London, 3 Moscow, 4 New York, and 5 Los Angeles. So we have 5 cities that we can see. What we're going to do is our same table where we're just going to show a couple of different things. So here we're just going to parse the document with an xparse and an xForEach in order to actually use the XPath syntax to select nodes and then output them with an xout. So you can see there are 3 different tags being used: xparse, xForEach, and xout. And this is how we can reference these in our XML document. So to pull in the entire data, we just put that variable by parsing it in from the xCityData, which is our XML document that we loaded up here. And then we use that for each, and we're going to use this into a variable called city. We're going to select the path on city-data /cities/city/name. So every name is going to pull in here to a new city for each. And then we're just going to simply output selecting that city variable. It's a little confusing with that. Part of the confusing factor is that we don't have our expression wrapper around these variables. So these are actually XPath selections. So that's why it's just $city and not $ with the parameters. So let's go ahead and run this. We can actually see this in play. And we can see that as our XML loads, we are easily able to parse our document and pull in all 5 of our city names.